The Vanderburgh Humane Society, located at 400 Milliner Industrial Drive, has been open to Vanderburgh County and the surrounding residents since 1957. It has given help and shelter to many animals over the years, as well as finding animals homes. Some of the many great things that the VHS offers are their low-cost spay and neuter clinic, the cageless cat room, and their program Pit Stop, which admits any pit bull in the Vanderburgh County area to be spayed or neutered free of charge. Recently, I sat down with Kendall Paul, Executive Director at the Vanderburgh Humane Society, to talk about the amazing things VHS has to offer. So Kendall, how long have you been working for the Vanderburgh Humane Society?
I've actually been here as an employee for 20 years. I haven't always been the Executive Director. I started as the Executive Director about 10 years ago.
Okay. Do you enjoy it?
You know, I do. It has its ups and downs. There are hard moments when you're working in an animal shelter. We have a lot of very happy situations and wonderful moments, but sometimes when you see animals that are coming in and the condition that they've been let to get in through neglect or abuse, it can be a little overwhelming. It can be quite sad. But we have many more positive moments with the animals finding homes and getting well and treated, and so that's really what makes it special.
So why do you feel so passionate about the VHS?
You know, I think for myself and all of the volunteers and staff that are here, we just want to make a difference. You know, part of what we're doing here is we feel like we're making a difference for these animals who can't necessarily speak for themselves. These guys don't have the voice, and so they need someone to be able to speak for them, to be able to stand up for them and help them. So for myself, the volunteers and staff that are here, I think we're all just very passionate about being that voice and making those animals be heard.
Say I wanted to adopt a pet. I already have one dog. But for other people, what would you do? What would it necessarily mean to adopt a pet?
Sure. We certainly want people to take a look at the animals that we have up for adoption first. They can do that by coming into the VHS or logging onto our website and taking a look at all of the pictures of the animals that we have up for adoption there. Once they've selected an animal and maybe done a little research about what might work well in their home, we want them to come in, spend some time with the animal that they're interested in, and talk with our counselors. Our counselors are really well trained in trying to find the right animal for the right environment. Some animals here don't do great with little kids, but if you've got little kids, we don't want you to mistakenly pick out one of those animals. So we're going to be very cautious and make sure that we're showing you the animals that we think are going to help you, be workable in your home. Once that's done, there's a brief application to fill out. Once that application has been completed, there's a fee depending upon the type of animal that you're adopting, and then that animal gets to go home with you.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Well, how much would it cost to adopt an animal?
You know, it kind of has a range. We have adult cats that are available for a $30 adoption fee on up to our adult dogs, which are going to be $120, our small dogs. And that is going to cover a lot of things. So people need to remember that yes, there's a little bit of a fee associated with adopting, but every animal that gets out of here, every dog, cat, or rabbit, is going to be up to date on all age-appropriate vaccines. They're going to be spayed or neutered. That's going to be already done before that animal goes home. They're going to have a nationally registered microchip, and they're going to also get a bag of food, a tag, a few other little goodies along the way. So all of those testings and vaccines are going to be completed already. So if you got an animal free out of the paper, so to speak, it's going to cost you a lot more at a vet's office than if you come and adopt an animal and have all that done for that small fee.
I know you have cats and dogs. What all kinds of animals do you guys take in?
We see a little bit of everything here. Certainly dogs and cats are the number 1 and 2 animals that we take in, cats actually being first. Rabbits are the 3rd leading animal that we take in at this shelter. We also see a lot of rats, gerbils, guinea pigs, hamsters. Occasionally we will get in reptiles. We have a variety of lizards or snakes that have come in over the years. We certainly still see birds sometimes. And every so often we'll get those odd animals that we weren't expecting. I think the oddest thing, we had prairie dogs one time come in. We do see some livestock like potbelly pigs and goats. So a little bit of everything, but cats, dogs, and rabbits are 1, 2, and 3.
So I know you get volunteers.
That's right.
What do you have to do to become a volunteer?
You know, we have a variety of different jobs for volunteers. There is a program if you are 16 years old or older. you can come in and start volunteering by yourself. If you're under 16, we have a whole different program that you can do with family members, or things that you can do at home to make things like for the cats toys and blankies and all that kind of stuff. Do collections for us. But if you're 16 or older and you want to get involved in volunteering, you come in, fill out an application, you would go through an orientation process. Once you go through the orientation, that really gives you a good idea of all the different type of jobs. You know, you may be a cat person, so you may want to work directly with the cats. Well, it wouldn't do us a very good to assign you to dog walking. So we try to let everybody know all the different types of jobs that are available, and then we try to match them with what our needs are and what you most want to do. You know, a lot of times when we have students in for projects or taking tours, when we talk to them about what they want to be when they grow up, they'll indicate that they want to be a veterinarian. And I think that's awesome. I think that's a wonderful thing to aspire to. But I also want them to know that you don't have to be a veterinarian to work with animals. That's not my background. I'm not a veterinarian. My background is communications and public relations. Yet here I am, the director of the VHS, and I work around animals every day. I also have an educator that works here. I have an accountant that works here. So all types of aspects of a business or a nonprofit organization still have to be maintained, but we also get to work around animals and work for the animals. So even if being a vet isn't what you can do, that's okay. If you still want to work with animals, there are probably lots of jobs that are available in the animal welfare industry.
What's the future you see for the VHS? Where do you see it going?
I'm so proud of what we've accomplished over the last 55 years that this organization has been in place, but I'm very excited about the future. Our ultimate goal is that we don't have to euthanize animals in this community for space. The goal is that, you know, we're not having to use euthanasia or putting an animal to sleep for a way of population control. So that's our long-term goal, and I think we can get there. I think as the community starts to really understand spay and neuter, as they understand that these animals that are here at the shelter, there's nothing wrong with them. They're great pets. 95% of the reasons animals are turned in here to the shelter are because of a problem with the people. Something changed in the people's lives. It wasn't a problem with the animal. So we want to get more people thinking about adopting from shelters, and I think we're on the right track for that, and we want the community to embrace spay neuter, and that'll help us reach that goal of not having to euthanize or put an animal to sleep simply because we're out of space.
I'd like to thank you and for all that you and the VHS do for our community. Reporting from the EVSC Community Link, I'm Cassidy May.